Hey guys, this is Xavier Hacking for hackingsap.com and Introdubs, and today's video is a nice follow-up on the video of a couple of weeks ago where I showed you the new bookmarking feature in SAP Analytics Cloud. Well, in the upcoming version of SAC, which is Wave 18, there is already an improvement on this bookmarking concept. And we can find that improvement in the so-called Explorer functionality of the tool. So you might haven't seen this Explorer mode. Well, actually what you can do is you can use all the visualization widgets in your stories and activate something called Explorer on this. They moved, by the way, this Explorer toggle from the styling panel to the builder here. So you now will find it below your builder settings here in the properties. And what you can do here is you can enable it and you can determine which measures and dimensions you want to take with you into the Explorer mode. And if you don't make a selection here, then you just have everything available in Explorer. So now I'm gonna take everything with me to Explorer. And what you can see here in the context menu of this table that I just selected is that we now have a new option here. So if I clicked this, I get the same result as what I saw in the visualization. So I have the same table, but in addition, I also have all the measures and dimensions that I just selected. So in this case, I picked all of them. So I can use all of them here in the Explorer. And this looks a bit like the classic SAP Business Objects Explorer, which they had in the BI platform. So that's a tool that has been discontinued a while ago already, but it had the option or the possibility to slice through your data set in a very easy and quick way. So what I can do here, for example, let's unselect the sales manager, and you'll see that my table will update correspondingly. And I can select a different dimension here, for example, location. I can also make selections within a dimension. So here I'm only selecting Nevada and Oregon. I can add additional dimensions, of course, and I can do the same with my measures, like this. And also within the table I can just navigate and make selections like this. Oh, let's filter the state. And what's a nice option here is that I can switch between visualizations. So I can go to, for example, a bar column chart like this. And I can also open something called the builder, where I can move around dimensions and measures within this visualization. So I can change the order, for example, and especially with the a bit more complex charts like bubble, where we really have to select which measure should be in which part of the chart. You can nicely do that in here. So I can add a third one, discount, make that pattern different. I'll switch it around. Oh. So that's the builder. By the way, what also has been added recently is this option to export as a CSV. So your output that you created in here, the data of that, you can now export to CSV, and of course the CSV you can import in a spreadsheet a tool like Excel. But the biggest change here is that we now have the option here on top to create additional views. So my original view, that's basically the table or the chart that I had in my story, and in addition the developer, but as we will later also see, the user of the story can create more views here. So let's say I want to have a simple bar chart with just something on product and showing just one measure. Yeah, let's say I want to see this, and maybe a different detail level. Okay, so there we go. Then I can change save this now as my first view. So this is product overview. And I can also set this as my default Explorer mode. Default Explorer view, I mean. Okay, let's now return to my story mode. So it now also shows that I have one Explorer view here on this table. So that's a nice addition already. Let's say I save this story now. Now my users will also have the option to do this on the story. So they can use the bookmarking to store their own exploration views. And that's a huge improvement over what we had, because previously the user would go into Explore, and whatever he did there, he lost when he exited the Explore mode again. And now we can, well, use the export as CSV to at least store the data and do something with that in a different tool. But in addition, he can make his own Explore views and store them as a bookmark. So let's see. Let's add, for example, my view 1, and let's say I want to make something about, well, let's use the stores as an example here. And I just call it store view. And I always want to see this when I open Explorer. Well, and I just exit it. Of course, I have to save this as a bookmark. So store Explorer, and let's save this. Okay, so here we go. So if I now go back to my original state of the story, then you'll see I have only my one Explorer view, which was the one that I made when I was in the edit mode. So I don't have my store option here on top. So let's go back. Now I open my saved bookmark with the Store Explorer. So now the story will reload, and you'll see that I now have two Explorer views in here. And as I put my store view as the default one, you see that the Explorer starts up with my store mode in the table here. So that's actually a nice addition to the bookmarking and the Explorer mode. And this is coming in wave 18, which is due somewhere in October. So that's all for now. See you next time. Bye bye.